I really wanted to write a book about best friends. I've never written about best friends before, and I wanted to write a book about we live in this world that kind of celebrates romantic love, if you haven't noticed, as we approach Valentine's Day, that makes a really big deal out of romantic love and tells you that you can't really have a full and happy life unless, not only if you have romantic love in your life, but you have like awesome romantic love in your life. Like, you have to be like deeply, enthrallingly in love in the sense that you never shut up about the stupid, annoying person that you're dating in order to be happy. And I don't really buy that or find it that interesting, although I do happen to be overwhelmingly in love. But I'm really interested in the other kinds of love that sustain us. And so I wanted to write a book about having a best friend and what it's like to have a best friend who's gay. And I'm almost, this is a funny story I'll tell you. I really wanted to dedicate the book to my best friend, Todd Carty. He was like my best friend from the time I was 13 years old. And I called him and I said, I really want to dedicate this book to you. This is, by the way, this is how far we've come, but also how far we have to go in terms of being able to talk about homosexuality and being able to treat gay people as true equals. I called him, I said, I really want to dedicate this book to you, I want to send it to you. And he said, great. I sent it to him and he called me like 2 days later and he's like, I'm not gay. I was like, yeah, I know you're not gay, Todd, but you're my best friend, this book's about best friends. And he's like, but don't you think people think I'm gay? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, you're married, so like you got a kid. I don't think they will. And then he was like, just don't dedicate it to me. Put me in the acknowledgments. And I was like, all right. I mean, you don't want it. It's fine. So that's how far we still have to come. Okay. So that's really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about why I think books can be a path to imagining other people more complexly and to seeing other human beings as being as human as us. I also really want to take your questions, though, so let's do that for a minute, and then if you're boring, I'll talk some more. Yes?
Yeah, I think you're really awesome.
Thanks.
And cool and outgoing. I have like this Harry Potter website where I write fan fiction.
Oh, nice.
And I wanted to find out, I'm trying to transition, I want to become a writer myself. I wanted to start doing my own work instead of, copying up JK. When you got published, did you have to like finish your whole book before you got published, or did you have to use like each chapter and then do a summarization of each chapter? And then,
right. That's a good question. The question was, did I finish my whole first book before I got published, or did I write like a few chapters and then a summary of what was going to happen for the rest of the book? I had to write the whole book, and I had to write the whole book like 18 different times too. I revise a lot, that's part of my process. But yeah, it was about, I guess I finished the first draft of Looking for Alaska in September of 2002, and it came out in March of 2005. So there were almost 3 years, I guess, of revising the book after I finished the whole manuscript. It's very uncommon to sell a book without, a novel without finishing it. You can sell a nonfiction book without finishing it sometimes. It's very, very uncommon to sell a novel without finishing it. In fact, the only example I can think of is a Harry Potter fan fiction writer, though. Cassie Clare sold the first Mortal Instruments book, I think, before she finished it. But that's literally the only first novelist I know of who hadn't finished her book when she got a book deal. So, yeah. Plus, it's better if you finish it because then you won't be so freaked out, I think. It's hard in some ways, I know, to take the time to finish the book, but I think it's worth it. I like doing it that way. I still do it that way in my own work, although that's changing now because I need money. Other questions? Yes?
I have two questions.